How do? Time for another beer review. For this one, we're off to the Kernel Brewery out of London, and it is a bottle of their Grissette Mandarina Bavaria coming in at 4.7%. It's got the usual Kernel label, which is standard on all of their drinks, and embarrassingly, this is the first Kernel beer that I'll have reviewed on the channel. I used to drink their beer all the time, and it's still a really well priced beer. It's held its price right in the market. The prices have been increasing all the time. It's held its own, and I should be drinking more of them really. So I picked three up. I picked up a double India Porter, and I also picked up a Dunkel. So I'll try and review the three. It's got the regular, just plain silver crown that you come to expect with them. I like the labelling of the Kernel beers. I thought is it going to go everywhere? I thought it was. I could just see the bubbles racing up, and I panicked a little bit then as I started to open it. Oh, it's all right. There's a bit of froth coming in the top, but hopefully I'll just pour it gently. It's bottle conditioned, so I'll just leave the bottom in the bottle, and then I'll put the end in for the end of the review, is what I'm thinking. So, yeah, that's got a big foamy white head on that, and it's got a very vigorous carbonation going up. I don't know if you can just about make that out on the glass. It's racing. Yeah, real whipped up, brilliant white heads on that, and a bit of a knobhead pour, and I'm going to go with a pale straw colour. So we'll get the nose. Yeah, it's got a little bit of funk about it, and the yeast aromas are coming out. Behind that, I would have said there is subtle orange, but bear in mind I have got a big white head on that. But yeah, big yeast aromas. Right, we'll dive in. Cheers, everybody. It's pleasant. It's not bad. It's a well-made beer. The flavours are very light and delicate. The yeast flavour's there. It's floral. There's a subtle, very, very delicate orange, tangerine kind of thing. A little bit of wood. But I would say the yeast flavour is the big flavour that's in it. But it is very, very dry. It is bone dry, this beer. It's got quite a fizz about it. Subtle spice on the finish. So there's a lot of soft, light, delicate flavours. Like I say, a subtle touch of orange, subtle touch of wood, subtle touch of spice on the finish, and probably the yeast flavour stands out the most against all of those. But I can't get away from the dry finish of this beer. I can appreciate it as a good, well-made beer, but to my taste preferences, I think it's a little bit dry to me. But that's taken nothing away from this beer. It's still a really good beer. So yeah, I've just poured the end of the bottle in, and as you can see, it's gone hazy. It's gone a hazy orange with us adding the sediment in. It's changed colour straight away. Yeah, and the yeast flavour comes out even more. It's got a slight tang on it now as I've added the sediment into the bottom, but that's spice flavour jumps out a bit more, and the woody flavour's jumping out a lot more now. The orange is really high, is really well hidden now as a consequence of putting the sediment in the bottom of the glass. I like it. I like it as a one-off beer, but like I say, to my taste preferences, it's quite dry, so I'll be looking for something refreshing after it. But if you like dry beers, you'll be all right with it. I can appreciate it for what it is. So that is the Kernel's Grissette Mandarina Bavaria. Thank you for watching, and on to the next one. Cheers.